So welcome to day 11 of my 12 days of Christmas and the penultimate one, and this show for this one is Shadowhunters, a show I very deeply and very sadly miss. No longer with us, unfortunately, very, very sad, but I wanted to still celebrate the show because it means a lot to me, and the reactions I did for it were a big part of my channel in the early days and up until early this year when it ended. And they did really well, and it was just a really happy kind of section of my channel, was the kind of the Shadowhunters community. So I wanted to celebrate that, and I also had this cocktail recipe in mind for a couple of years now. Way back when I did the Willow from Buffy cocktail, even then I had this one in mind to do next. Just didn't happen for many different reasons. Couldn't always get the ingredients, stuff like that, but the opportunity has presented itself for this, so I'm very excited to get on with this cocktail. So yeah, another cocktail one. Apologies in advance. You'd think I'd have learned my lesson. Clearly I haven't. And this recipe comes from MissCinematic.com from their City of Booze section, which is an excellent pun. And this is the Magnus Bane, obviously based on Magnus Bane. Many people's favourite character from Shadowhunters, and he's one of my favourites as well. And once I stumbled across this recipe, it just seemed so fitting of the character, I definitely wanted to give it a try. So we're going to be doing that today, and I'm not going to be shaking anything up and making it explode. I'm going to be pouring it straight into the glass this time. So yeah, let's get right into making the Magnus Bane. So the first thing it wants is actually sugar cubes to put at the bottom of the glass. I didn't really feel the need to buy sugar cubes when I just have sugar, so I'm just going to sprinkle a bit of sugar in the bottom of the glass. That's all we're going to be doing with that. And if you ask me, that's a very good start to a cocktail. And next we need to sprinkle a few drops of bitters. So we have Angostura bitters is one of the ingredients. I've never tried these before, probably because it has the name bitter in its name, which kind of puts me off a bit, but we're going to have a few drops of this going in there. It does smell quite strong, so hooey. Then next you need a bottle of Prosecco or bubbly of your choosing. I got some Prosecco, so I'm just going to fill most of the way up with that. And something that really got me interested in this cocktail recipe was the last little ingredient, which is Vinique, which is basically like a gin liqueur kind of thing. But the thing that makes it so very Magnus is that it actually has glitter in it. Don't know if it's going to show up. I think you can just about see there's glitter running around in there, which I think's pretty cool, and Magnus loves glitter, so very true to his character, so I really like that that's kind of been included in this. I think it makes a lot of sense, it's really cool. So we need about a shot's worth of that. Which is basically the whole bottle. That's fine. So we're going to pour that in to finish that off. So mix all that up, and we have the Magnus Bane. It's very kind of flashy and glittery. I don't think it shows up very well in camera, but I just thought that was such a clever little touch, so give this a try. Yes, I approve greatly. I thought I'd like it, because a lot of the stuff that goes in it is very sweet. So I think it's counteracted by the bitters. That's obviously what their role is, because otherwise I think it would be really overly sweet, but the bitters definitely kind of help bring it back down to earth a bit, because obviously there's sugar in there, which is sugar. The Vinique gin liqueur I think was very sweet as well, and the Prosecco is kind of sweet, so bitters is a very good idea. I like that, because Magnus can be bitter about a lot of things. If he I don't know, breaks a nail or gets a spell wrong, or if, I don't know, Lorenzo does something stupid, he's like, oh, for God's sake. So he can be bitter about things, so I quite like that, and given how old he is, he's probably bitter about a lot of things in his past, so I really like that they kind of came up with this recipe. I'm going to try and show you properly again to see if you can get the glitter in there, because it's showing up a lot better now. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's really nice. Yeah, definitely don't go too hard on the bitters, because I can taste them and I only put a tiny little bit in. But I think it really helps. So yeah, that's the Magnus Bane. Really, really nice. I really like that a lot. So yeah, that's going to be it for this time. Miss you, Shadowhunters. Come back to me. But what a way to celebrate Magnus, I say. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for the final day of Christmas.